Hello and welcome back. Today we're just going to do a few odds and ends around the farmhouse that I need to get done. So first off, I am painting the window trim for the upstairs bedroom. I really want to get this done so we can get it in and see what that room is really going to look like. So I will be speeding up the painting because you've seen me paint before. But yeah. So this is being recorded on Thanksgiving Day, so I hope you're all having a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm working and will be having my Thanksgiving dinner with my brother on Friday, and then I will be going to Brookings to see my daughter Sarah and my grandkids on Saturday. And I'm kind of excited because Zoe wants to learn how to crochet, and it's something I know, and it's going to be a great grandma-granddaughter time. So we're just going to have some fun up there. So I'm painting all the woodwork white. This is the outside of the house, which of course I'm doing the window frames and stuff in white. But I will also be doing the inside window frames in white. Just making sure I got all the parts I needed to get there. And then I'm going to paint this one, lay it down and paint that one so that I make sure I have it all. I went to put one of the dining room windows in and realized that I had missed a spot that actually really showed. So I got delayed in that, so I'm making sure that I get everything on these painted. Just pouring some paint into the cap of my paint bottle. I find sometimes that works better if you don't need a whole lot at once. You do have to clean it out though, or your paint becomes a mess and your lid doesn't want to shut. So yeah, it's just I'm so excited for this room because I think it's going to turn out just really, really cute when it's all done. I still don't know what I'm going to be doing with that back wall. I haven't decided. I've kind of got an idea for it, so the wall isn't going to show a whole lot anyway. But we'll see how this all turns out. Hope everyone's weather is better than ours. We haven't had a lot of snow, but it has been cold. Too cold for me anyway. I'm not a fan. I don't like winter, and I live in a place where it's cold probably at least 9 months out of the year. So, yeah. I guess we got lucky this year because it was very late November before we had any snow that actually stuck to the ground. Okay, so here I am now. I'm just gluing. I'm going to be gluing my windows together, and I will also be speeding that up because I don't glue my window panes in because they fit in so nicely. And so I'll struggle a little here because I probably should glue them in. But every time I do, I usually end up with a mess of glue on my window pane, and that is just, yeah. So I've got one window already glued. I've sped this up, and now I'm gluing window number 2 because I was like, well, I might as well glue them all right now. And as you can see, I'm taking it apart. I've got some problems. I didn't get enough glue on, and so it wasn't wanting to hold. I don't know why it keeps jumping around here. I don't know if it's a sped up part or if there was just a problem when I went to edit the video. But yeah, so it does jump around a bit, and I'm not sure why. So then this is where I realized that I didn't paint enough window frames, that I have 3 windows going in there. So I had to do that. So now it's time to fit the window into the access bay door. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just putting some glue, I think, on that window. I didn't realize I was so off camera. I'm sorry about that. But we all know how to glue. So yeah, I'm just messing with the window frame here. And I did have to do quite a bit of sanding to get the window frame to fit in the window opening. When they make these, they round the corners on them, and these just weren't cut quite long enough. I suppose that's so you can fit them in yourself. But yeah, but I did get it sanded, and I got a nice tight fit there. And as you can see, it wasn't fitting at that point. So I went and I sanded, and I'm just clearing off any excess sawdust. And I'll tell you what, even though I didn't take very much off, it felt like I was sanding forever. I am not a fan. So now I've got it so that it fits, and I'm just putting glue around the edges to hold it in. I'm just kind of taking my time because I want to make sure I get glue everywhere that I want this window, to be stuck in, because I don't want it coming loose. I don't want it falling out. So I am just making sure that I get a good line of glue on the part of the frame that's going to sit inside of the window and on the part that's going to be glued to the siding. And I'm sorry about the glare. It's kind of nasty for me too. Just really making sure that glue gets down in there good. And yes, I'm stopping to put the lid back on my glue because I have lost more lids to my glue than I can even count over the years. So now I'm putting it in and pushing it down because this is a nice tight fit. I'm not worried about that window ever falling out. So there it is, it's in. That's how it looks on the other side. I think it looks cute already, and I don't even have the frame on. But I will paint the frames and stuff off camera for the other windows. This one I will be doing with you. So again, I just want to get a good line of glue on there, but not so much that it oozes out, because I don't want to have to try to clean that up. I don't know either why the videos keep stopping in certain spots, but I did speed this up also because it's just gluing the frame in, and the end result is pretty much what we all want to see. So I figured you didn't need to sit there and watch me glue each piece of the frame. And I was kind of questioning this because some doll houses, your window frames fit right up, just right around the window. And this one, there is a little space around the windows where the bottom frame kind of shows. So I'm glad I painted those pieces. And I think this is where I'm like, what the heck? It's been a while since I put a window in. Okay, so I don't know what happened to that part of the video either. This editing really did not go well. But the next thing I'm going to be working on some stuff for the kitchen. And I was going to make my cupboards and all that stuff. And then I found these old odds and ends of different kitchen parts that I decided I was going to use instead. So I've found this fridge, and since I'm going for a semi-English cottage style, and I say that because I don't have enough room to do what I really would like to do with it all. I don't like this particular fridge, but in the English cottage style, everything looks like cupboards in there, so I decided this kind of fridge would be fine because it'll kind of blend in, with the tons of cupboards and drawers thing. I mean, it looks more like a cupboard than a fridge, is what I'm getting at. So I decided to use that one. Excuse me. So I'm sitting here and I'm trying to decide exactly how to do it. I wanted a light yellow, just a very pale yellow. And this is, they call it light daffodil. But I tell you what, it doesn't look like daffodil. So I have some antique parchment in case I need to mix. And I will end up mixing a color because, as you will see in a minute, this light daffodil is very bright. So I'm testing it out on the top of the range hood because I will be gluing that to the ceiling anyway. So I'm putting it on there and I'm like, oh, this is way too yellow. But, and again, I don't know why the video stopped, but it did. This editing really did not go well, and that's why I'm doing a voiceover. So I decided it was way too yellow and mixed up some of the pale daffodil with the antique parchment. And I'm happier with it, but later on I do go and mix just a little more of the yellow in. So I'm going to start painting on the range hood. And as you can see, that's really bright. Now look good in a nursery or something like that, or if you wanted a yellow wall that wasn't super bright, but it wasn't what I was looking for. So I mixed this paint up, and I'm going to be using that to cover everything and hope it's what I want in the end. So there's the fridge, and I don't know what I'm saying here because the video was recorded just 2 days ago. So anyway, yeah, so I decided I'm going to start with the range hood. And also in the English cottage kitchens, my inspiration was from the YouTube channel Sweet Magnolia, and they have a lot of decorating ideas. That's where I got the boho idea from, to do the boho. And so as you can see now, it's got a yellow to it, but it's not glaring yellow. So I'm just going to paint this, and then I will speed up the painting, or the painting process. And I will apologize again because I know the video is going to jump again, and I don't know what happened. So there, see, I'm showing you. You can see it's much paler yellow. And of course I've got brush strokes, but there will be a second and maybe even a third coat on some of these. Because the fridge, whatever it was painted with originally, has kind of a semi-gloss finish. And I was worried about that, how to, cover that. So, and those cupboards that you see laying there are the bottom cupboards to the ones I used in Grandma's kitchen. And I liked the set when I bought it, but I don't know. Just didn't do anything for me as far as putting the whole set in the house. So, and part of it was that fridge. So I decided I'm going to try to paint those also. And I'm going to use that one. That's the sink cabinet. And I was going to use another one in there, but I would have to take the cabinet top off and put a new sink and stuff in, which is fine because the sink that was in it was a small kind of oval shaped sink and I didn't really care for it anyway. So I will probably later, after, after I get everything painted, which is dumb, I'm going to take the cabinet top off. But I wanted to paint it while I had the paint mixed up. I don't know what the cabinets exactly are made of. They're heavy, and I'm assuming they may be some type of resin because they just don't really look like wood to me. So I'm just kind of showing you the cabinet base there. Lots of drawers. And this is also, it's yellowed over time, so that's why I'm thinking there might be some sort of resin. So I'm just going to paint the hood with you. And see, here we have stopping again, and I don't get it. I just don't get why this video just stopped like that on me. But it picks up again in a few seconds. I am speeding the process up because and I don't know, I've never had a problem going from just the regular speed of the video to where it will stop like that when I speed it up. So I'm just painting on the fridge door now, and I should have taken the handle off and I didn't. But I do take it off later before I give the fridge its second coat. And yeah, I've decided to just take them off because I don't know exactly what I want to do for handles. So yeah, I'm just painting the fridge. Not very exciting, but I think you can see I've got a pale yellow, which is much more what I wanted because, yeah, the actual pale daffodil was just too yellow. Yeah, well, I was painting around the hardware, the handle there is where I was going, I should have taken those off, but I didn't. And I'm still at this point debating whether I want to do. Oh, I was showing you here that I hate those things. They give them to you as your fridge shelves, and they look nothing like shelves at all. They are horrible looking. So what I want to do for that is get some thicker clear acetate and just make it like it's got, the glass shelves in it. Also, I don't know, I have a dilemma. It's like, does it really matter if my fridge opens or not? Does it really matter if my cabinet's open? I mean, my dollhouse is just going to be displayed so that people can look in and see what's there. I suppose if you really wanted to, show what you were doing, I love the realism of everything that opens and closes and that, but then again, I don't know if I'm going to be even putting anything in them. And if I do, and the house is just displayed and the doors are shut, I'm not, nobody's going to see what's inside anyway. It's a dilemma for me, and I don't know if some of the rest of you have that one or not, where it's like, oh, I could put all these little groceries in there and do all this kind of stuff, and it'd be really cute, but I'm not going to be playing with this dollhouse, and the only time I would ever show is if I took something out to show someone. So that is my dilemma on doors that open and shut and drawers, or just ones that don't. I like the realism, but then again, the practical side of me says, why? you know yeah, so these of course do open and shut, so that's how they will be reassembled when I get all done with them. But yeah, sometimes it's a dilemma. I'm pretty sure in the boho project, nothing will open and shut because there just will be no need. So we'll see. So I'm just painting on this cupboard. These are really old. Like I said, they've yellowed over time. And so they definitely needed a coat of paint. And I'm sorry this video is just kind of skipping through, but I didn't want to have you sit there and watch me paint. I see I have a couple of new subscribers, and I want to welcome you to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here, helping me and on my journey here with the Victoria's Farmhouse. So yeah, just finishing up, just trying to get those little dowels or whatever that are in the doors there because they're kind of hard to paint around. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at with this part of the project, and I will, yeah. So I thought I would bring you back out to the farmhouse and just kind of show you how it's looking. I'm loving this room. It is so cute. It's going to be really cute when I get the other wall on, figure out what I'm going to do with the back wall, and get the access bay door on. So yeah, I hope you like it. I think it's really cute. Okay, let's move on down. And this is the kitchen. The fridge. There's some glare here. I'm going to do another coat on everything. All the kitchen stuff. And this is the cupboard over on this side. I'm still thinking I'm going to take that top off and put a different type of sink in there. And yeah, and it definitely needs some more paint too. But yeah, that's it. That's how it's looking there. Whoops, I want to go out, not in. So it's kind of going to look like that. I've got glare because I'm standing in front of my big window. But yeah, that's kind of how that's shaping up. I like it. I hope you like this too. It's just going to get better and better. I am so excited. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you all have a great week.